just because I'm not dieting, like I'm eating literally whatever I want, doesn't mean I'm going off the fucking rails, you know? Well, maybe I am going off the rails. Like, people were like, I hope you, like, some guy DM'd me today and was like, I hope you reach out and get some help.
I've been dreaming about it like that I ain't never had. Turn my vision to religion, I ain't turning back. All them haters that were talking wanna take it back. I tell them haters not to worry, boy, I'm in my.
And today, we're talking none other than Soosh Brah. Soosh is always in pretty good shape since he's been on YouTube, obviously. He always looked really good. But as you know, if you're really into fitness, you obsess over the little things. You're like, yo, man, like, I'm looking good, but I'm looking like a little bit fat. Like, I need a cut. Or you're looking cut, you're like, yo, I'm looking so small, bro. Like, I need to bulk up. I need to put on some size. Like, you're never happy with where you're at. Like, you'll see gym bros being in the gym, and they're just like, yeah, bro, like, I would look so much better. It's just because I'm cutting. Like, I don't look that good today. Or, like, if they're bulking, they're just like, yeah, man, like, I'm just a fat fuck. I'm bulking. No one's ever happy. Like, that's, like, the problem. Like, you got to just take a step back and be like, no, like, I do this. I enjoy it. I'm happy. Soosh fell victim to it, too. So what he did was he went from being jacked to fucking cut as he looks great. He looked great. And then, you know, it hit him like a ton of bricks where he was like, his mind was fried, and it's happened to me. And he's like, well, F it. Like, I'm eating whatever I want now.
There's this all-you-can-eat sushi place because, dude, yesterday I had like 300 grams of fat, 600 grams of carbs, a lot of shit. So I think at sushi, I'm just going to have the sushi and see how much I can eat because it's all you can eat. I'm going to bring the scale. Getting shrimp, crab meat for sure.
Now I've been dealing with this right now, where you're kind of like used to eating such low calories, and then you try to reverse diet.
The day after sushi, I was planning on starting the reverse then. I went over to Remington's house. Homie had pizza. And I was like, oh man, I'll just start the reverse tomorrow. So I ended up doing like 6K at Remington's the day after that.
You've been restricting for so long, you're almost just like, F it. How can I keep restricting calories? I just have to eat. So you keep eating and eating, and then you start to have this like different mindset of calories. Like, you used to be eating 2,000 a day, and then you were aiming for 2,500. That's what I did. That's probably what Soosh was kind of trying to do. Like, he was probably cutting on 2, and he's like, okay, we'll switch out to 3. And then you're kind of just like, well, why should I? Like, why should I? And like the binges start happening. You're just like, well, that pizza's only like 1,500 calories. Like, bring it in. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm at 3,500 calories, and I was aiming for 3. So let's just get to 5.
Diet really hard, and then you binge, and then you end up saying, fuck it, I'm going to bulk super hard, and then you get too fat, and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to diet again.
They went from cutting to bulking. That should never happen within like a week, basically. You cut, you get really lean, and then you're just like, I hate it. Like, I can't deal with it. Like, all you do is dream about food. Like, you start bulking, and then you're just like, oh shit, well, I'm too fat. So then you start cutting again, and you're never happy, and it's just this revolving cycle. I tell you this from personal experience, and I don't know if a doctor ever saw my video and they could tell me why this happens. I'll give you like $5, yo. Maybe even $10. So you think you get away with murder because you're not really gaining that much weight.
I'm probably averaging, for the past week, I would say 65, 7,000.
Like, you're still going to get fat on trend
yeah,
if you're
yeah.
eating 7K calories. You just haven't had time yet.
Yeah.
I think Soosh gained like 12 pounds in like 2 weeks, but he's been eating so crazy. So it's like, yo, that's not that bad. But once you start going back to like normal, he kind of said like there's like this timeline where like you stop, but like it keeps coming. It's like a freight train, right? Like the freight train's going, it's going downhill, and you're going downhill. You can't stop eating. Finally you stop, the freight train keeps going. Maybe uphill's a better analogy since it's like you're getting fat. So like the freight train's going. This will make no sense because gravity is gonna not really exist in my scenario. So picture you're on the moon and you have a freight train that's going uphill. There's no gravity to take it downhill because you're getting fat. That's what's happening. That's me, that's you, that's Soosh, that's everyone who bulks. We're going uphill. We can't stop. Finally you stop. It's going to keep going a little bit, and that's what happens with your weight, and that's what happens with me. I finally was able to tone the calories down a little bit. Like, I went from eating like crazy to more normalish, and I'm still gaining weight a little bit. So he put on 12 pounds. It might turn into like 17, 18 pounds, guys, and putting on 18 pounds in a month is not good, okay? It's not good unless maybe you were like ridiculously shredded, like 3%, or like Ronnie Coleman, negative 2% body fat guys. Then basically, if you don't know your shit and you look good right now, why try to get fat for no reason, right? Or why try to get stupid shredded for no reason, right? If you're doing a bodybuilding show, that's amazing. If you want to experiment, that's amazing. There's a million good reasons, But shout out to Dr. Mike, because he said it best. You get shredded to get shredded. You get jacked to get jacked. You get swole to get swole.
Because getting big only guarantees that you'll get big and be big. It does not guarantee happiness. Being big will solve very few problems for you outside of the problem of not being big.
There's nothing else it does for you guys. It does nothing. So your energy's low on a cut. Your confidence is low on a bulk. So maybe, just maybe, Coach Greg, main gain, guys.
He wanted to bulk to put on the extra muscle, but when he saw how he looked, couldn't handle it, and so went on a drastic cut. Bulk and cut back and forth, yo-yo dieting. Periods of binging on tons of food followed by severe restriction. Not good, not healthy. Much better to main gain.
Try to enjoy life, get halfway to your goals. I think that's the message of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, peace.